scriptwriter, and good evening.
Nice to meet you.
Me too. I would like to know, when did you start to make filming?
I started making films I actually started making films as a young kid, maybe 5, 6 years old, with the 8mm camera. Like, that's where I started making films. I know everybody says that when they start, but passion started then and became more serious when I left school and went to university to study visual communications, and I specialised in animation. So at that point I started being lectured in film and film techniques, and also that kind of crossover to animation as well. So that's my background.
And do you have anybody in your family who is also a movie maker or filmmaker?
Anybody in my family that's a filmmaker or movie maker? No, it's a couple of people in theatre. So I think there's definitely a crossover there. To be fair, from a family point of view, I've always been really encouraged to do this. Nobody's ever sort of stepped in the way or told me it wasn't the career to get into, but no other filmmakers, hopefully.
You have a film studio, it's called Black now, it's very successful, and it was difficult to establish the studio. How was the beginning?
The beginning, interesting story from the point of view, I think we were helped by the recession. People were willing to take a punt on a new studio and people trying new things, so that's definitely part of our story. We put a lot of hard work in the first number of years. We did a lot of projects that we love, but we also did a lot of projects really to make money and fund other projects that we really love. And I'd say over the last 2 years, it's 5 years we've been doing it, but the last 2 years we've now started to be able to pick and choose our projects, and which is nicer because you can choose projects that are closer to the things you care about and projects you want to make. And because we are an animation studio and we have the facility as well, we can experiment and create our own films and do things in and around that. So it's very satisfying, but it's taken a lot of hard work.
And do you want to continue in it?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's kind of scary. I have no idea what other things I'd like to do. I've always been focused on this, but at the same time, I think as a storyteller and writing scripts and developing animations, I've travelled a lot. I've been to a lot of places and seen a lot of things and tried a lot of things. And I think that aspect of life is really important. You have to have stories to develop, whether they're other people's stories or ones you find on your own path. But yeah. I can't imagine doing anything else.
I'm a deaf, so for sure the question is clear. Have you ever met a deaf filmmaker in Ireland or in Great Britain?
Have I met a deaf filmmaker in Ireland? No, I haven't.
And do you think that a deaf person can work like a filmmaker?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Of course. And only a ridiculous person would say that a deaf person or a blind person couldn't work in different mediums, or whatever.
The Fresher Fest, it's for students, but it's mostly student film. Do you think it's important, this kind of festival, for student films?
Yeah, no, I think it is, because the more information you get when you're starting out, the better. And I think that having a festival that's focused on providing films for students at that part in their career, it's like it gives them an easy access, they're easy to enter the industry and get to know people, understand how things work. Master classes are provided for people to ask questions and find out exactly what they need. So yeah, I think it's really important.
jury this year. Is it difficult to choose the best movies, or is it easy?
I think if I think about the fact that obviously people will be disappointed, that aspect is difficult. But at the same time, I love film. I'd be really honest from the point of view of why I would consider a film better than another film. So it'll be fun. It'll be good.
If I would like to make a movie or something like that, do you have some basic advices for me?
Yes, I think there is certain protocol. Well, at least within the Ireland and the UK, there is definitely you make a short film. Short film does well. You write a script or feature. Now, all these rules can be broken. You can do things whatever way you want, and at times that can be successful. But there's definitely a pattern in how you get into the industry, and there's a lot of. Well, at least in the UK and Ireland, there's a lot of agencies like Northern Ireland Screen and Irish Film Board, which are there to support you and help you. And I'm sure in the Czech Republic there's something similar. For me, it's the other advice is really attending things like this and collaborating with other filmmakers and other people that want to make stuff. And like all the great filmmakers are all artists are all part of collectives, and they discuss things and share ideas. And I think that's the best advice I can give.
Okay, it was my last questions. Then thanks for your interview, and we wish you a lot of success in your work.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Thank you.